South Alabama Cooking here. I am working on one of my beach dresses. Oh, 2 o'clock. Okay, did y'all hear my clock chime there? Working on one of my beach dresses. Okay, I've got one of them on right here. And I've already done some alterations to this dress. Here's another one of my beach dresses. And I want to do some alterations on it. I got these, I found these at Walmart, y'all. Okay, it's Time and True. That's the brand name. So, I'm going to lay this out. I am thankful for my 10-foot counter that I have here so that I can lay this stuff out here and work on it. So I've got this dress turned inside out. Let me cut this tag out of here. Okay. Hey, Noah. Thank you, Noah. So I want to do just a few little things here to this dress. I want to, it's a little longer than I want it to be. So I want to shorten it just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, see, this is the bottom part of the dress, and it's got, this is the hem right here. It's about 3 inches. I'm going to cut that off. Okay, and then I'm going to put a hem in it. So first thing I want to do is cut that off. So let me just start cutting right here. Okay. Hi, Catherine. All right, so I'm just going to go around the bottom of the dress. I'm cutting this little piece off of the bottom. I want to shorten this just a little bit. Y'all, I'm glad I learned how to sew when I was a teenager. I was in my teens. I learned how to sew, and I'm so glad that I did. Because if I can't find nothing in the store that works for me, then I can make my clothes. Now I haven't made, you know, an outfit in years and years and years, except for that dress I made here a week or so ago. Y'all saw me make that dress. That was a dress that I was making, a beach dress that I was making. So I made that, and then, but when I was a teenager and when I was in my 20s, I used to sew my clothes a lot, and it was cheaper to, you know, buy some material and sew your clothes than to buy clothes out of the store. And I didn't have a lot of money, so I sewed a lot of my clothes. And when my children were small, I sewed some of their clothes. And I have been trying to, you know, find me some beach dresses for this summer, and haven't been able to find exactly what I want. But this dress right here, I found it in Walmart, and it's, you know, pretty close to what I want. I am doing a few little change-ups on it, doing a few little alterations to it, though. Hey, Pat. Oh, hey, Santa. Santa needs his suit let out a little. Santa, I think you better go on a diet. Hey, Randy. Okay, Santa, whatever you need. I mean, you know, I'm expecting some good gifts come Christmas time. So if you need alterations done, okay. Hey, Wanda. Okay, so I have cut this piece off of the bottom of the dress. The dress is a little longer than what I want it to be. So I've taken this off. Then I will just put a hem. I'll hem the bottom of the dress right there. Now, the sleeves, I want the sleeves to be a little longer than what they are, okay? Here's the sleeves. I want those sleeves to be a little longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hem that I cut off of the bottom, and I'm going to add it to my sleeves, and that will lengthen my sleeves, okay? So that's the plan, y'all. All right, next step, let me get this dress laid out on the counter. Oh yeah, also this dress flares a little wider than what I want it to. So it's a little wider than what I want it to be, okay? So I'm going to take up down the sides here, not from here, from the shoulders down to the waist is fine. But when it gets below the waist, it flares out too much. So I am going to take up some of that on the sides so that it's a little more straight cut. This one right here, just like this. This is the same dress, but I took it up on the sides so that it wouldn't flare out so much on the sides. So that's the next step right here that I want to do. Hey, Margie. Hey, neighbor. Hey, Doc from Canada. Hey. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Pamela. Let's see. Pamela says, I love the dress you have. Can you share where you got it? Yes, Pamela, I got these from Walmart, and the brand name is, let me look at it. Time and True. That's the brand name, okay, from Walmart. All right, so I want to lay this dress out now, and I need to mark it and take up a little bit of this extra material that's on the sides. So I need to get my seams here together. The front seams and the back seams, I need to get those lined up. Okay, kind of get those lined up. So I'm this seam right here, all the way up. I want the bottom seam lined up with this top seam. I want them laying right on top of each other, okay? So I'm just feeling of it to make sure I got that seam where it needs to be. I'm going to pin that, once I get that seam where I want it, I'm going to start pinning that to hold that seam in place. Make sure you got it all smoothed out. All right, there we go. Let's pin this on down. All right, I've got that seam pinned in place. Let me smooth my material out here. And then I'm going to mark and make a cut right here to cut off some of this excess material that I don't want here, okay? Hey, Sue. Thank you, Sue. All right, so I've got me a yardstick here, y'all. And let's see. It's got my other little measurer right here. Got to do some marking now. So I believe I probably want to take off about 4 inches of the width here. Is that right? Let me think about that. I want to take off less than that. Maybe 3 inches. Maybe I'll take off 3 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 1.5 inches. Because my material is doubled. So when I mark 1.5 inches, when I cut it, it will actually cut off 3 inches. Okay, so I've got that marked, and I want it to slowly taper up to right below or right about my waist. So let me look at this. See where I want this to come up here. Okay, so I'm going to mark 2 inches here. There we go. That's my marks. I'm going to take this yardstick. Now, I'm going to make my marks of the dress right here, and that's going to show me where I need to make my cut at. Okay, we got that. We've got that marked. Okay. Okay, so I've done 1.5 here, which will be 3 inches because the material's doubled. Okay. And I've done 2 inches here. I got to remember this because I got to do it to the other side. Okay. All right, now I am going to actually rearrange these pins so that they will be in place for when I get ready to actually sew this. A little too far away. So when I cut that, try to put these pins in the right place on the other side so that I don't have to rearrange them when I do the other side. Okay, there we go. Now I am ready to cut off that part of the material. Now, see my marks here? Going all the way up. Okay, let's cut that off. All right, we got that. That strip of material off. Now, I need to do the other side. Let's flip this around. Do the same thing on the other side. Got to get these seams, this bottom seam and this top seam lined up. Right where it needs to be. Okay. Let's go ahead and start pinning this into place. So this part's just a little tedious trying to get this lined up like it needs to be. That's okay, it's just part of it. 1.5 mark right here. There we go. I need a 2-inch mark up here. There we go, right there. Go ahead and get my pins in. All right, got that. Now I need to mark where I want to cut this off at. There we go. Now we are ready. Cut this part off, y'all. See these? You have to do these things before you can actually get in there on the sewing machine and start sewing. Hey, Adrienne. Hey, Christine. Hey, Faye. Hello, Rebecca. Yeah, we're doing our last minute stuff, Rebecca, before Friday. Friday, we are moving to the beach. Hey, Iva. Hey, Leslie. Leslie, I don't know that there is a link for the dress. I got this dress from Walmart, and it is the brand name is Time and True from Walmart. Okay, so I don't know that I don't know that there is a link. Yes, Iva, we are getting excited to head to the beach. Oh, hey, Mary, I wanted to tag you in this video, but I couldn't see how to actually tag you. It would let me invite you to be on here live with me, but I didn't know if you wanted to do that or not, and I didn't know, so I couldn't see how to tag you. But anyway, y'all, Mary E. Barden, I met this lady last week at the thrift store in Citronelle, my favorite thrift store, Chair Ministries in Citronelle on Main Street. And Mary E. Barden, she is opening up a business in Citronelle. I think it's on Main Street, and it's called The Seamstress. So she does alterations, and she's going to be in Citronelle. Okay, so anybody needing alterations, look up Mary E. Barden or look up The Seamstress on Facebook. Okay, so y'all follow her on Facebook, The Seamstress. Okay, I'm glad to see you on here, Mary. Hey, Marlene. Hey, Christy. Yeah, I love Time and True as well, Iva. This little dress is wonderful. It's just a few little things I wanted to change up on it, but it's wonderful. It's going to be great. Like I said, this is one that I've already altered right here. Mary, this is one of the dresses I've already altered right here. This dress that I'm working on right now is the very same dress in a different style, and I'm taking... It was longer than I wanted it to be, so I'm taking some length off the bottom, the sleeves were shorter than I wanted them to be. So the length that I take off the bottom, I add to the sleeves. And it was flared a little wider than I wanted it to be. So that is what I am doing right now. I am trimming the sides right now, getting ready to go to the sewing machine and make adjustments. Okay, so Mary E. Barden, she's got her business up here, the seamstress. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. And I hope to come see you, Mary, once you get everything opened up there at your alterations. Hey, Cherie. Now the seamstress, she's an expert, okay? I'm not an expert, but I know enough to do what I need to do. So, okay, we're trimming off this little bit of material here from the other side. Y'all see what I'm doing here? All right, we got that. Got that little strip trimmed off right there. Now, let me look at these sleeves. I think I need about 15 inches, a 15-inch long strip to lengthen these sleeves. Let me take a look. Let me measure these sleeves. So I'm measuring the width of my sleeves, okay? That one is about 7.5, so you double that, we've got about 15 inches. The sleeve around is about 15 inches. So I want to cut me some strips right here. So I'm going to do about 15 and about 15.25 strip here, about 15.25 inches. Okay, I think that's what I want here. No, 15.5. I want 15.5. So let me mark that. 15.5. There we go, 15.5. Let's bring it up top here. All right, we got that. Let's see, do I have another piece here that will be long enough? Yes, right there. Okay, so let me cut this right here. Try to cut it straight if I can. Okay. Let's get this other piece down here. There we go. Okay. Got that piece. I'm going to take this piece and just move it down here and use it for a pattern to cut my other strip that I'm going to need. Okay, there we go. Just like this. Okay, it's got my two pieces to lengthen my sleeves. So I want to, okay, I have to really think about this to get this right in my mind. So I need to fold this and put a little seam right here. So I'm going to fold these, pin them in place. So Carla is off from work tomorrow, Thursday, and she's off Friday. And so tomorrow we're going to try to be getting our last minute things done to get ready to make our move over to the beach. We're going to have to start getting things loaded up in the RV, loaded up in our vehicles. Repinning this. I didn't like the way it was pinned. So repinning it. And we're fixing to go into where the sewing machine's at and start sewing. Okay, so we have all of this pinned up. And we are ready to make our move to the other room, to our sewing machine. Oh, I'm trying to look here. I can't, it's not showing me how many people are on here watching. Can somebody tell me how many people we got on here? Because my phone's not showing me how many we got on here. Sometimes it shows it, sometimes it don't. It ain't showing it today. Hey, Gladys. Yeah, Iva, we'll be videoing some of our moving and our setup and everything. We'll be doing some of that. Okay, so y'all will get to see some of that. Y'all don't get dizzy now. Let me get y'all set up here. Then we're going to start putting this dress back together, okay? See if I can get y'all set up where we can see. Okay, 52, 58, 54. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know. Cherie, Rebecca, Nita, Leslie, thank y'all so much for letting me know how many we had on here. I appreciate that. Okay, so I think first I'll just go ahead in my little pieces that I'm going to use to lengthen the sleeves. I'll go ahead and sew those and get those taken care of. Done and out of the way. Everything's set like it needs to be here. Okay, so here we go. Got that one. Let's get this one. There we go, got that one. All right, let me get the pins out of these two little pieces here. Set them to the side. Now I am ready to sew up the seams on either side of this dress. I'm going to put in a 5/8 inch seam, okay? That's just normal. That's the normal size seam. get the pins out of here. And then we'll move to the next seam.